Hope College Sports Information Director Alan Babbitt here with head football coach Peter Stuursma here on the Sky Deck at Haringa Center, overlooking Ray and Sue Smith Stadium on the verge of an exciting 2022 Flying Dutchman football season. Coach, it's been a busy camp, but I know a productive camp. What has stood out to you as far as the progress putting this team together, the work and what you've accomplished so far?
Well, I'll go back to the day that we moved in on August 10th. It just felt like our guys were really excited to see each other. I just like the way our guys have come together and gotten to know the younger guys. But in the first 3 days, I really realized this team loves to compete, and just felt like we hit the ground running. You know, with so many guys that we have coming back on offense. I mean, I think we expected that from spring practice to carry over to the fall. But I just love the way our guys compete. I love the way our guys practice. And then, as always, you get into fall camp and it gets hard, and guys guys' legs get tired, and you're just going through a lot of mental and physical grind of it. And last night we had a night practice under the lights, and it just felt like our guys were really going, and saw some excitement and energy. Schedule change under the lights, a little bit cooler. Who knows what really the main factor of that is, but just love the energy of our guys, love the way they learn, and I know this. I think they're ready to go against somebody else, another opponent. I think everybody's at that point in college football right now. It's a grind. There's no question about it. But just really proud of our guys with the way they've competed.
Last night, also a big night, selected your captains for the 2022 season. Talk about those leaders and what they're going to bring to this team.
You know, I've always said that the captains that are chosen by their peers is an incredible honor. And these four young men really rose above everybody else. And Dylan Clem, an offensive lineman, Luke Marsh, an offensive lineman, Lou Beckler, an H-back, and then Brady Howe. And when those four stood up in front of our team yesterday, it was pretty obvious when our team gave them a standing ovation that those were the guys they want to lead this organization. And I think that's an incredible honor. It comes with tremendous responsibility, but I just think that's a really a cool testament, not only to those four young men, but to our team, that they were unanimous in their selection of those four, and them talking with those guys afterwards, they're excited about the opportunity. They know what the responsibility is to be a captain. To be named a captain of a college football team is very, very special. And but just excited to see them lead, excited to see our guys, excited for them, and I know that they'll do a great job in leading this football program.
Let's learn a little bit about this team. We'll start with the offense. You guys ranked top 20 nationally with yards total offense last year, just in a really effective ground game and a passing game that seemed to grow as the season went on. What do you see with 10 returning starters back for this offense? What goals do you have for this offense this season?
You know, we Coach Hawken and our offensive staff, first of all, do a great job putting our guys in a place to be successful. And we don't talk about year-long goals. Coach Hawk and his staff does a really good job of talking about our daily goals and then what it means for game one. And that means that, we have to possess the ball. We have to have no turnovers, and we have to eliminate the mistakes. We have to be sound from a personnel standpoint. We have a lot of personnel that can play. When you have 10 guys back, like I mentioned before, the spring install and then coming into the fall, there's a lot of review. Now, the only real negative to that is that those young guys look at that, that depth chart and go, wow, how do we even break into that? But we've seen some young guys really step up, and it starts up front. Let's be honest. The game of football is won and lost up front. And as we go, our offensive line is going to take us there. And, Hunter Thompson, offensive line coach, returning this year, now a full-time guy on our staff. Every guy we started last year in that first game a year ago is now a year into it, seasoned veteran now, if you will. And so they have an expectation for themselves of how they want to roll. But it's fun to watch them lead. And our running back stable is very deep. We return everybody there as well. And then we have receivers. We have, big targets on the outside, and we have obviously targets on the inside, and Terrell and Kareem on the inside with TJ, Ian, Knopf on the outside that can really do things and make us dynamic. And, of course, it starts at the quarterback position as well when you have Chase Brown returning. Quarterback position, in my opinion, is always about how you see the game and does the game slow down for you. And I think that has really proven true from a year experience to now into fall camp. And, when Chase makes a mistake, he knows it before you even have to remind him of it. And that's a good thing. And, So again, we're not focused on the goals throughout the year. We're focused on the goals that we have each day to get better. I mean, after a great scrimmage last night, our guys were installing again this morning. They're reviewing what we saw on film last night, and I think that's a credit to our staff and to our players that they want to get better.
A very good defense last year, but a transition with Jacob Pardnay taking over for the retired Mike Ricketts. What have you seen from Jacob and what the work he's doing on this defense? I know he has very high goals for what he wants, the tradition of Hope defense that he wants to carry on.
Well, I think that Jacob came in and it's such a short notice, and to do what he's done in that period of time is quite remarkable. And he reminded me the other day, he said, you're never going to be able to put enough pressure on me that will even equate or equal to the amount of pressure I put on myself. And that's a credit to Jacob and the way he goes about his business. I think the staff has really bought into his ideas and his methodology, philosophy, because it's very sound. And our players have. And, when you look at our defense, you talk about, Adam Vanderkoy and Brady Howe, the leadership that they bring to the back end of our defense. And, and then you talk about Yogi Debris, who just plays so fast and is such a spiritual leader of our defense. And then up front, our guys are really, we have some multiple fronts that we're able to play now with some of our guys. And I just love the way they're coming together. Last night, as I said, was a spirited practice under the lights. And I think that was the best practice we had as a defense. We made some mistakes. Of course, that's what fall camp is for. But I just love the energy that they brought last night. And, we've got some newcomers and Mohamed Kamara and some young guys, and from a freshman and sophomore standpoint, that you're going to see play a lot. And that's, again, I just feel like that's the philosophy of what we're about is, hey, the best are going to play. The best are going to play regardless of class, and we're going to see some freshmen that will really show up and play for our defense.
And then obviously it's three phases of the game, not just two. Talk about the special teams. New leader there with Coach Jacob Studdard. Just talk about special teams and how that is. What are you looking for that to how they're going to contribute to this team?
Well, when you start with special teams, talk about it. Okay, is your kicker punter back? Yes. That's a great thing, right? And you mentioned Jacob Studdard, who's done a great job with our special teams, and we're modeling it a little bit differently. Probably more common of what you'll see in college football is we have very specific coaches that are responsible for certain units, and Jacob oversees all that. And it's just been good. I think we've actually had more time this fall camp to really install and really look at how we're doing things from a special teams standpoint, because we think it's that important. And when you open at home, that also allows you're not limited from a travel roster standpoint. You can pull some guys that you think can make plays there, as far as on the special teams. And that's how you show up. If you're a young guy trying to get on that bus or trying to get onto that too deep, showing up on special teams is huge. And we're going to have some wrinkles, of course, this year with Jacob being new with some of our philosophies. But I'm just excited about the way they've had a great fall camp. They're an equal part of this organization. And when I say equal part, meaning like it's not just offense and defense. You know that. It is about special teams in all phases of the game, because special teams can change the whole complexion of a game.
And lastly, a big game coming up, a home opener, Game 1 versus Aurora here at Ray and Stuursma Stadium. Your message for Hope fans to come out and get them here and cheering on the Flying Dutchmen on a very busy weekend on campus with a lot of great athletic events, but that 1 o'clock kickoff game, going to need all the Hope support.
Well, first of all, it's one of the more exciting times to be in Holland, Michigan at Hope College. We're bringing in one of the largest freshman class we've ever brought in the history of this institution. There's a lot of excitement around our college campus, around the leadership and President Scogan. But I also think there's a tremendous amount of excitement about our football program and the excitement and energy that our guys bring. And so I guess I would just say this: come out and enjoy one of the greatest opportunities in college football, 1 o'clock at Ray and Stuursma Stadium on Saturday the 3rd of Labor Day weekend, because it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm predicting game time temperatures around 80 degrees. The sun's going to be out, and with the, now we're a year into this beautiful facility of the Haringa Center, brand new turf. It's an exciting time, and I'm just excited for our fans. I'm excited for our players. I'm excited for our players' families to come and enjoy this beautiful campus and see the pageantry of college football on display on Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this season. Go Hope.
Thanks, Alan. Go Hope.